Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Uh, I was waiting I went to put up my chickens and they weren't up yet, so I waited as long as I could, so I'm gonna have to send Mark back over there to put them up. But anyways, how's everyone doing? Who's in here? What's wrong here? Huh, I can't see my chat. Can you guys hear me though? The chat looks so weird. Let me refresh it. I'm using StreamYards. I may have to cut my camera off. It sometimes messes with it. Okay, so there is the chat. Sunnyside, Will, Sapphire, Charlie Girl says. Let me know if you guys can't hear me or like if it's robotic or something. The sound is okay? Okay. Alright. Well, I had a setting wrong on my StreamYards and I finally got it fixed right. Anyways, how have y'all been doing? Can y'all believe it's freaking snowing? It is so cold. Oh crap, I can't see my chat. It is so cold. I got my propane heat on in the living room. I hope it doesn't kill my flowers that are coming up outside, my Asian lilies. Anyhow, I figured I would read some ghost stories tonight. We'd just hang out and chill. I got my PJs on, you know, my sloth PJs. It's cold. I got some short ghost stories. Let's see. Ooh, I better not screen share. It really might mess up. Okay. Before I get started, what have y'all been doing? Hey, Red Rhyme. It's cold today. It was actually snowing here today. We didn't get much. There was a little bit on top of the chicken run, that trampoline. But that's it. But it's really cold. Mark's going to have to plug back up the chicken's heaters when he goes over there. I hope this cold weather doesn't bother the hummingbirds because they're already here. I've done saw them. But anyways, I got a little cleaning done. What else did I do today? That's about it. I live a boring life. I just saw the craziest thing on YouTube. This girl, I think it was in Long Island. She was coming home, going in her parents' house, and this weirdo just comes out of nowhere. It's like at nighttime and throws this liquid in her face. And it's freaking acid. Yeah, and her and her parents she can't see or anything. Her and her parents is pleading for the public. If anybody knows anything, come forward. They're offering a $10,000 reward. Now, this is a good girl in college trying to make something out of herself. It's crazy. Hey, Sherry, Miss Jones. Oh, thank you. I was like, I'm straightening my hair today because if I don't straighten it, I have to wash it every night. Where I have to put product in it where it's curly. But if I straighten it like I can wash it like in 2 days. And where it's cold, I'm bad to another reason I straighten it is because it's cold right now, and I'm bad to wash my hair late at night and go to bed with it wet, and I get cold. Oh my gosh, my eyebrows look all weird, I swear. I think it's the shadow of my glasses. Cement Shoes just woke up. Good evening. Oh my gosh, I wish I could rest during the day, but I can't because I got all these freaking dogs. They won't let you. Hey, Mommy Mars. Hi, Cece. You're gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've got very little makeup on. Some eyeliner and mascara. That's about it. I'm going to have to do something with my eyebrows, y'all. I'm going to have to go get them done or something. I really, really messed them up. And these glasses make a shadow on them, and they look really, really dark. I swear, they don't look like that without my glasses on. But anyways, we're going to read some ghost stories. I didn't know what else to do. I need to do... Hold on, let me look at y'all. I need to do some channel member shout outs. Now, I've not been in my members list in a while. And I've not done shout outs because I've had a bad dilemma, y'all. And I've not said anything about it. I have a channel member that the whole freaking community hates. And I've been avoiding doing shout outs for it. I did one shout out and just skipped over the name. Because, like, I know, like, people would be freaking outraged. Like, what do I freaking do, y'all? I want y'all's advice on this. What do you do when somebody's your channel member and they've done something horrible and the whole community freaking hates them? What do you do? I didn't know what to do. So, like, I've been, like, freaking avoiding it. You know, I don't want anybody mad at me. I don't want to offend anybody. Hold on, I got to plug my laptop up. I got to pick it up. Cement Shoes, you see my zombie? I mean, I just didn't know what to do, guys. So, I just, like, I skipped over her name. I felt bad about that. So, anyways. See, no, it's got to do with that St. Jude's crap. I'll just say it. It's Diane. It's Diane. You know, I don't know. I don't want involved at that mess because I got my own troubles in life. And so I didn't know what to do. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I mean, I don't want people mad at me. I just really didn't know what to do. So I just skipped over the name so I didn't upset anyone. But I don't know. Anyways, we're going to get to our ghost stories. Let me scoot up here. I'm short. I've got my chair, like, pumped all the way up. You are separate from that mess, and we not. Well, I think I mentioned it to Sapphire in private. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. I mentioned it to somebody in private. I didn't know what to do, so I just wanted to be honest and tell y'all why I've not done shout-outs. I didn't know what to do. It's put me in quite a freaking predicament. She might not even still be in my membership. I've not even been in there and looked. I know Dory D joined the membership, so welcome, Dory. She left me a comment today. Okay, so I found some short ghost stories. I hate talking about stuff like that. I shouldn't have brought it up, but I've been putting off saying something about it. I know y'all have noticed I've not been doing shout outs. I used to do those. That's why I've been avoiding it. Okay. So this says real ghost stories to make you scared of the dark. Truth be told, these are things we can't explain, such as real ghost stories. While we enjoy a good ghost story now and then, most of us have experienced times when an incident leaves us feeling very uncomfortable. For example, we've all felt that chill up our spine when we're in an old building, or we've encountered an uncanny coincidence that seems to come from somewhere like in Not of This World. Here are some real ghost stories that you can choose to believe in or not. It's up to you. Imaginary friend or ghostly playmate. Happy birthday, dead man. Shortly before a young family was set to move into their new home, the previous tenant passed away. Right after they moved in, their 2-year-old daughter began talking about a ghost appearing in several rooms of the house. The parents weren't all that concerned and thought that because it was around Halloween, the little girl's imagination had just got the best of her. One day, as they were leaving the house, their daughter told them that the ghost was on their deck. She told them that it was his birthday, and he wanted, and she wanted to sing him happy birthday. Out of sheer curiosity, the parents looked up the obituary of the man that died in the house. Sure enough, it was his birthday. Ooh, that's creepy. I need to look at the chat. Boo, I'm back. I will. Hey, Michelle. That is so creepy. Hey, I watched this show. I don't know what channel it was on. Maybe A&E, and it was talking about child psychics and or child mediums, kids that can talk to the dead. Michelle, Cece, you can't control what your members do. I can't leave you because she's a member. Do what you're comfortable with. Yeah, you know what, Michelle? Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's best to avoid it, to be honest. I just wanted to share it with y'all because I've not been doing shout outs, but I'm going to. He's drunk. I can't say anything. I hate to mind my own business. What, Sherry? What's going on? Oh my god, a man just smacked the hell out of his son on the train, screaming at him to shut the hell up. Ooh. He needs to be reported for that. You don't smack kids. Like, did he tap him on the butt or smack him in the face? Okay, let's get back to our ghost stories. That is creepy. Now, I had experiences as a child. Me and my oldest brother saw something in the bedroom one night, and we both believed it was the devil because it was red. It was a freaking man, but he was red, and it looked like he was freaking on fire. Yes, and he had red eyes, but they kind of glowed. It was really weird. Now, my mom said it was our imagination, but how can we both imagine the exact same thing? We saw it. I've had several experiences. One time when I was little, this is a true story, you can believe it or not. One time when I was little, there were these things around my bedroom, like around like the ceiling. And it looked like confetti or glitter or something was like falling down. And it was like these little, it looked like these little creatures, like furry things. And I was scared of everything when I was little, but I was not scared of these things. Now, my mom said it was my imagination, but I was wide awake. I don't know what the crap it was. Natalie, aka Felicia. Is your name Felicia? Oh, I like that name. How you doing, Natalie? No cops inside. He smacked the shit out of his legs. Hmm. I don't know, Sherry. There's not much you can do about that. Then, can you tell like someone in charge on the train? Maybe they could contact someone. Sherry says it was aliens. Yeah, I got alien blood anyway. Oh, I've got RH negative blood. They say aliens like invented that crap because they only like discovered it like 50 some years ago or something. Haha. No, it's Natalie. Last night I was told I couldn't be Natalie because there was already a Natalie in the chat I was in. Well, I'd tell them to scratch their ass and get glad because my name's Natalie. Really, that's what you should have told them. I'm not changing my name. Get over it. Think we may have been smoking out the same bowl. My sister had a similar experience in our teens. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I wasn't, but I was young. I think I was about in kindergarten or first grade. Um, yeah. And then let me tell you a really weird story my brother told me. My brother always used to go riding back in the mountains behind the prison. He'd just go riding. And when you go back in the mountains, you have to pass the cemetery where my grandfather's buried at. And he said he came out there late one night, and he went past the cemetery, and he said he got a little ways past it, and he said something just told him to stop, go back to Papa's grave. And so he stopped, and he went back there and went over to Papa's grave, and it was the anniversary of his death. Mm-hmm. He also said he came by there one night, and this before he started on drugs. This when he was sober too. One night he came by there and he saw this woman in this like kind of an old timey dress, and it was like you know how the dresses would like come up, and button at the neck all the way up. Anyways, he goes home and tells my granny about it, and my granny said, "Oh my gosh, that's what we buried Mommy in." My mama Lesty, who I'm named after. Her name was Celeste, but they called her Lesty. Um, Crazy, crazy, and I believe him. I totally believed him. He was he was shook telling that story. Hey, short and eyes. Okay, let's see what's next. The thing scaring little sis. Uh oh. After his family had bought a farm in rural South Africa, a young boy felt like someone was watching him. Weird noises kept him up at night, and he always felt afraid in the house. Things got worse after his grandmother died of cancer. His 4-year-old sister started complaining of stomach pain. She then began sleepwalking and doing strange things in the house. When the 4-year-old was sent away for a weekend, she didn't seem to have any problems. That was enough to convince the parents to bring in a healer to get rid of the evil presence inhabiting the house. The healer said an evil spirit had been placed on the previous owner of the home and it was still coming in. The healer dug a hole in the backyard and put dirt in a plastic bag. The 4-year-old stopped complaining of stomach pain, and the noises that kept them up at night disappeared. Oh my gosh. Guys, when I was young, my mom used to go to this fortune teller's house, and it used to scare the crap out of me because this was like a really, really old woman, and it was not a very, very clean house. And I remember there was like a back porch that was kind of like screened in, and that's where she would do the readings. And there'd be like, it was like the floor was really dirty, and there'd be chickens running in and out. And anyway, she would read tea leaves. And she told my mom that my oldest brother would eventually not have asthma anymore. He would grow out of it, and that's exactly what happened. Crazy. Slab City in Nevada. What's Slab City? No, where is that? I played in a cemetery too. Oh my gosh. You know, when we were in high school, we used to ride this place. It's called Down the Mountain. It's like actually through like a big mountain, a road. We would look for deer and it's awful, but we would pull over at the cemetery and smoke weed. That's awful. It used to scare the crap out of me too. I'd always be looking around. Hey, Nika, how are you? Ouija boards are bad news. I'm going to tell you what, after I played with the Ouija board, I started having horrible luck. About 6 months, this is honest to God's truth. 6 months after I played on a Ouija board, I witnessed that suicide. It wasn't even 6 months. Let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe about 6 months. Yeah, I used to live in this apartment when Timothy was a baby. Him and I lived there, and my oldest brother would stay with me a lot. And it used to be a funeral home. No joke. I opened up one of the other rooms because you'd like walk in a hallway, and then like there was all the apartments, right? I opened up one of the rooms one time, and there was one of those gurneys where dead bodies used to lay on them. There was equipment in there and things. Yeah, it was really creepy. But, anyways, my brother and some of his friends stopped by one night and we lit up some candles and we played that Ouija board, and that thing was really moving. It worked really good down there at that apartment. Me and my friend Patty, the Ouija board always worked really, really well for us. I mean, you could feel that little planchette, however you say it, moving, like pulling and pushing. But anyways, we talked to some kind of spirit that night, some boy that had been killed in a car wreck in Coburn, Virginia. True story. And me and my friend Patty played the Ouija board uh, once too before I had Timothy. And it said that I was going to have a son. But after we played down there at the funeral home in my apartment, yeah, 6 months later, I witnessed that suicide. It's crazy. My brother took that Ouija board and done something with it. I don't know what he done with it. Have you ever seen Into the Wild? Slab City is similar, but in California, they have a YouTube community centered around the drama. I don't even know what in the hell Slab City is. I'm gonna have to look this crap up. Anyways, okay, let's see what's next. Um, Emily, not so nice. A little girl, aged 6 or 7, told her family about her imaginary friend Emily. Emily had long dark hair, wore a black dress. The little girl's parents started noticing strange behavior in their daughter. She began sitting in the middle of her room, whispering quietly. One day, the little girl began to hiss at her brother and scream at her parents to get out. Eventually, she calmed down, but not before both parents were in tears. It turns out that Emily was telling the little girl to do terrible things to herself. The family moved out of the home, but the memories of Emily haunt them to this day. Well, the little girl that was killed in the Amityville case, the Fayo, she allegedly had some kind of imaginary friend that she had been talking to in that house. Isn't that right? Now the actor. Or maybe it was the second family. Oh, it was the second family that moved in. Their little girl um, was talking to a spirit in that house in Amityville. Have you ever seen what? Oh, that's the same message. The actor is cool, but the character coming up all of a sudden makes you put your life on heads versus tails. At least the list of do nots keep getting bigger. Kind of a silver lining thing. I hope they find the right ones they know. I don't ever spend $1 gambling. LOL, I need my dollar. Oh my gosh, Mark kills me when he buys lotto tickets and they're like freaking $20 tickets. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, what if you don't win? Then there's like 20 bucks gone. My brother bought like a $20 ticket and won $1,000 one night. I think Mark bought one the other day, one like 50, something like that. Mommy Mars, oh, scary. I know it. I love scary stuff, y'all. I gotta have a smoke. Okay, I gotta have a smoke. I love scary stuff. I've had a lot of experiences, um, and I have predicted a lot of things. Like when I was little, I was at my granny's house, and her phone rung. And I was in the living room. I couldn't hear what they was talking about, but all of a sudden I just walked in there and I just knew my mom's house burnt down. I walked into the kitchen and I was like, Mom's house burnt down. And it did. And my dog burned up in it when I was little, when I was like, I think I was like in kindergarten. Yeah. I'm a gambling addict, but doing good lately. No gambling. You know what, Short Nice? My little brother's dad, he loved to gamble. He was an addict too, but you know what? He's the best person in this world. He would have gave you the shirt off of his back. But that gambling got him with his health because he was a diabetic and he would go to the card games on the weekends and he'd stay all weekend at the card games and not take his shots and not eat properly and all that. Me too. I love Into the Wild. Well, I'm gonna have to watch that crap. I'm gonna have to watch that Ozark thing. And by the way, I did go watch the trailer to Ozark since Miss Chronicle said that I reminded her of Ruth. I was laughing my ass off. I'm not as mean. I don't talk as bad as Ruth. I could though if you made me mad. That's funny. Her hair kind of does look like mine. It's short and curly. I gotta watch that show. Oh no! Oh no! I lit my cigarette on the wrong end. It can be salvaged. It can be salvaged. Don't y'all hate when you do that? I shouldn't be smoking in here, but I've always been one that kind of broke the rules a little. Bended the rules a little. I watch Ozark series over twice. Now, do I remind you of Ruth Short Nice? Oh my gosh, she's a firecracker. She does pretty good on her country accent. Who is this lady you meant? What lady? See, meant she's the Ruth on the Ozark. I don't know. I didn't even. I thought the show was like on the Discovery Channel. Oh, I've smoked one too many this evening. My damn leg's been killing me. I call bingo to the first Friday of every month at my local senior center. There are 150 to 200 people there. During COVID, we moved it outside in the park with a loudspeaker. Oh, that's cool. I love to play bingo. I love to play bingo. No, it's like some kind of cement shoes. It's like some kind of series on Netflix or something. But you can punch in here on YouTube Ruth Ozark and pull up a trailer and watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I had no clue what it was either until I looked it up. She told me I remind her of Ruth, so I looked it up to see what she was talking about. I thought she was talking about a show like Life Below Zero, one of those shows or something. Oh, so it's something about this little country bumpkin, and she gets mixed up with a drug cartel or something. But she's real sassy, real sassy, and she's real. She's a real sarcastic. She's a smart ass. Sean, paranormal guy, did something on The Conjuring. Oh my gosh, I love that movie, The Conjuring. Never seen Ozark, seen the trailer with Justin Bateman, right? Yes, yes, Justin Bateman. Yeah. Wasn't Justin Bateman on Little House on the Prairie when he was little? Yes, he was. He was on Little House on the Prairie, I'm pretty sure. Um, Cement Shoes. It's a good series. Dark, drugs, gambling, murder. I could need to get Netflix back. I canceled my Netflix after, I watched everything I wanted to watch. I wonder if they'll be coming out with like a season 2 of Ratchet. I loved that series. I loved that lady that plays Nurse Ratchet. I'm ready for American Horror Story. I have nothing to watch anymore besides YouTube. I mean, like, far as like series, like TV series and things. All I freaking watch is the Andy Griffith Show, y'all. I know, I'm pathetic. I'm boring. 4 o'clock, at Cece's house, damn Mayberry's home. Actually, the Andy Griffith Show was still on when I went live. I love it. I wish I could live back in those times. I have a really old soul. I'm obsessed with those times. I could totally live back then, dress like those ladies. Be so much fun. Okay, let me do another ghost story. Board games. We're getting ready to do a Ouija board story. Can Ouija boards really open portals to the realm of the dead? Here are a few of the scariest Ouija board stories. You can decide if they are real messages from beyond the grave or just creepy coincidences. I can see you. A group of young teens at a typical slumber party decided to play with a Ouija board. At first, it was all in good fun, gibberish and silly words. Then things took a terrifying turn. The board started spelling out sentences about the kids being watched. The board told them that it could see them through his eyes and that he was under a car. When the teens finally got the courage to look under the car, they were stunned to see a large, angry black cat staring back at them. If that wasn't scary enough, the power shut off after they ran terrified back into the house. I'd love to have a black cat. Jet black, green eyes. Okay, Ouija board messages. One night, a mom decided to take out a Ouija board and play it with her 2 children. It started out spelling goofy words that made the kids laugh. But then the mom decided to get serious and asked the board to whom were they talking. It spelled out the name of a close friend of hers who had gone missing a few weeks before. The mother was visibly shaken but continued to ask the board questions. When she asked where her friend was, the board responded, in the lake. Her friend's body was found a couple of weeks later. He had been hit by a car while walking on a bridge and had fallen into a small lake. Oh gosh, that is creepy. I always think someone is pushing it. Like when I played it, like it really worked well. You could feel it moving and like I don't know. It's just I can't describe it. You could feel it moving. It was crazy. It would go all over that board. I asked the Ouija board something about my papa's death, because my papa committed suicide, and it would not answer me. It went down there to the word no and went off the board. Anne Scripps Douglas' husband, her murderer, she was haunting me. We conjured him up from the Ouija board. I reminded him. Um, I watched a video. I'm trying to think of what the name of these boxes are. They are these boxes that you can buy on eBay, and they're sealed up, usually with like candle wax or something, and they're supposed to have evil spirits captured inside of them. Anyway, this YouTuber done a video and he opened one up and something actually came out of that box because his YouTube plaque and everything came off the wall. He got scared as hell and left that house flying and went to his brother's house. Yeah. What is the name of those boxes? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, priests and stuff put bad spirits into these boxes. Are they? I guess they're called ghost boxes. They're called something else, though. Anyone ever see anything paranormal? Yes, I have. I've had several experiences. I saw my boyfriend Brett, who committed suicide, when I was doing my makeup and hair one day in my brother's bathroom, and I was sober as hell. I was sitting there I done my makeup and I was straightening my hair. And here's the crazy thing. Brett used to straighten my hair for me. Because I got a thing, I don't like no crinkles in the back of my hair. So he would straighten my hair for me. He was a really good guy, guys. He really was. He just had problems. Anyway, I was straightening my hair. And you know how you can feel somebody when they're looking at you? So, I just kind of turned around and he was standing there and he looked just like he always did. And then I blinked my eyes and he was gone. And my brother tried to say, "Oh my God, you was hallucinating." No, I was not. I saw him. And then my brother saw him in the house and got scared as hell. Started leaving a Bible out on the table and everything. He did not die there. When we first started dating, my brother was in jail. And we hung out there all the time. Just goofed off and listened to music and watched Family Guy and American Dad and all that. So, I think his spirit was there in that house. Anyways, my brother made me take out all the pictures of him and everything because I had pictures of me and him up on the mirror and stuff. He made me take all the pictures out of the house and take to my mom's, and they're still at my mom's in a box with some of his clothing and stuff. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, Will, let me turn my camera back on because I'm gonna look it up and see what they're called. Because I looked it up. I've actually looked these up to see if you can buy them after I watched that video. Let me just put in ghost boxes and see if it'll take me anywhere. Maybe they're called spirit, like bad spirit boxes. They're the real thing. They're the real thing. And, yes, cement shoes, that's what it is, but I can't pronounce that. Supposedly, Post Malone got cursed by one. Let's see how. Wait, hold on a minute. I'm going to look up how to pronounce that. How you spell it?
Dybbuk.
A Dubik? That's how it's saying it.
Dybbuk. Dybbuk.
Dubik? A Dubik? Is how it's saying it. Wow. I need to find that video. This guy would probably strike my channel if I played it. But it is crazy. I don't reckon he edited that video. It didn't look like it to me. He opened that box and the next thing you know, I mean nothing dramatic happens when he opens the box. He unseals it, he opens it, and like a minute or so later, like his YouTube platinum plaque like comes off the wall and this other thing comes off the wall. And he shows, after he leaves the house and then comes back with his brother, he shows, I mean, there was no earthquakes or nothing in the area. He shows they was hung up good and everything. It was crazy. Dybbuk? Is that how you say it, Sapphire? Google's wrong then. Stupid Google. Usually, if I look up something, how to pronounce it, I usually look it up on YouTube. Watch a YouTube video. I got certain channels I watch that teach me how to pronounce words. Okay, let's see what else we got. Heart Song. Celebrating on New Year's Eve, a group of siblings and their friends decided to break out the Ouija board. They contacted a person named Eugene, who told them he had contacted them because he was afraid. When the kids asked why, the board answered them by spelling out music and a bunch of random numbers. Someone had the bright idea to turn on the radio to the numbers spelled out on the board. To everyone's surprise, the Heart Song, Don't Leave Me Stranded, was playing on the station. The board then began spelling out heart, afraid, don't go, and church over and over again. Eventually, they grew tired and put the board away. The next morning, the siblings' father got a call that his uncle Eugene had had a heart attack the evening before and had to be revived multiple times. Ooh, wow. Creepy. Okay, so that's the last one I had. I only had a few. I need to go to the library and get like a legends book, like legends from the Appalachian Mountains. That would be interesting to do because there's some creepy ghost stories from around here. The mountains is scary at nighttime. It gets really dark here, and there's a lot of creepy things that goes on, scary things. My dad's dad told me a story one time, and he swore to God it was the truth. He said he was driving home up the holler. He had been drinking, and he saw this woman beside the road. So he pulled over to give her a ride. And he said she got in, and, she didn't say nothing as they went up the road. And he was he was drunk. He said, and then he looked over at her because he was trying to talk to her and ask her where she wanted out at, and said that she was white as cotton. I reckon, he said, he sobered up like that. He stopped right there on the side of the road and he ran his ass home. He said it was a true story, and he went back and got his truck the next morning. He said he was drunk as a skunk and he sobered up like that. It scared the hell out of him, and he swore it was the truth. The Appalachian Trail has some crazy, scary stories too. Hell, just a couple of years ago, there was a guy down in Abington, Virginia, jumped out on a freaking hiking trail with a freaking hatchet. I think he actually attacked someone. Crazy, crazy. Maybe he murdered them. I can't remember exactly what happened. But anywho. Well, guys, I guess I better get off here. I have not heard Mark go outside and put up my chickens. And it's dark, so I better go see what's going on. He was driving drunk. I missed that. Yeah. This is back in the day. Yeah, he was driving drunk, short nights. He shouldn't have been. Yes, he was. I mean, it was like in his young days before I even existed. Yeah, he was, unfortunately, my Papa Donnie was a bad alcoholic. Yeah, and he drank up until he probably got 50 years old, and he lived till he was about 70, but he died from cirrhosis of the liver. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know how them old timers used to do it short nights. They'd get out drinking and swarping around, as my granny called it, drinking and driving. Ugh. I don't know how my papa didn't wreck and kill someone the way he used to do. Anyways, everybody have a great night. I'll see y'all in the morning for some crime and coffee. Thanks for supporting me. Be safe. Be kind. Peace. Good night. Sweet dreams. Don't be scared tonight now. Don't be scared when the lights go out and it's real quiet and you gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be the one scared. I'll be scared as hell when I gotta walk over to the funny farm and walk through the woods now. Bye, guys.